Today I am making a chocolate oatmeal. We're getting close to Valentine's Day and I just love chocolate, and Valentine's Day says chocolate to me. So what should I have for breakfast? Chocolate oatmeal. So this is delicious, this is healthy, it's completely plant-based, gluten-free as well. I'm going to just heat up a pan here and I'm going to add a cup of milk. Now this is a cup of milk that I made out of, what did I make this one out of? Pecans and cashews in my new Soya Bella, which is awesome. No, I do not sell Soya Bella, but I love it. I'm also using my new little pour spout that my friend Debbie gave me. Actually, she gave me a small one and I ordered this one on Amazon. So I'm just going to use 1 cup of milk. This thing is great for pouring out of mason jars. I love it. So I'm going to pour that in. Let that heat up just a little bit. I could also use any kind of milk. I do like West soy milk. Now this one says plain and it tricked me because when I look at the ingredients, it's soy milk and brown rice syrup. I don't want sweetened brown rice syrup, so I'm using my own. They do have one that says unsweetened. It looks exactly the same, but it says unsweetened, and it's just soybeans and distilled water. Organic soybeans, always buy organic. And so sometimes I do get that one. And when you buy a plant-based milk, you always want to look at the ingredients because a lot of times they do have fillers and gums to make sure that they don't separate. So mine, I did have to shake it some because it separates, the fat and the water separate, but that's okay. All right, so I'm also going to add a ½ cup of oats. These are gluten-free, organic, old-fashioned oats. I usually use oat groats. Oat groats are the closest to the whole plant, and I already measured some out here. I have a ½ cup of oats. The oat groats are just straight from the plant, unprocessed. They do have the outer shell removed, and I soak them and sprout them. They're full of nutrients and fiber. This is my next step. These have been processed, where the oat groats have not been processed. Next would be, I don't remember what's next after the old-fashioned. Anyway, they get more and more refined. Instant oats are just completely refined, and that's just like eating sugar. So it's much better to buy old-fashioned oats or even oat groats. All right, so I'm cooking these together. To sweeten, I'm going to add ½ a banana. And so I already have my ½ banana right here. I wanted to show you I'm using a brown banana. I use the brown, see the spots, instead of the yellow or green. This is going to be sweeter, it's riper, and it's more easily digested, and higher in antioxidants. You wouldn't think so being brown, so let me move that out of my way. So I'm going to use my potato masher. You could also use a fork to mash it, fork or spoon. I'm going to mash that into the oats. So this is my sweetener. Now this chocolate oatmeal you could make super, super easy. 4 ingredients: milk, oats, banana, and cocoa. Done. It's sweet, it's chocolatey, it's delicious. But then we can add all sorts of different things to make it even more nutritious, or just to have fun. I'm making this for Valentine's Day, and so decorate it with some fun things. So think of some things that are good with chocolate. All right, so I have it completely mashed. Pull that out. Move my things out of the way. I didn't add my cocoa, so I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cocoa. So I have 1 cup of milk, ½ a cup of oats, 1 tablespoon of cocoa, and ½ a banana. If you want a little bit sweeter, you could add a whole banana, but then you might get some banana flavor. So just make sure it's someone that's okay with that banana flavor. If I didn't want to use a banana, I could sweeten it with some stevia herb. Make sure it's the herb and not white processed stevia. You could use maple syrup. I do have maple syrup here. You could use monk fruit. Once again, make sure it's not the white powdered monk fruit. Anyway, you just want a little bit of sweetener. You want the oats, either oat groats, which are chewier than the old-fashioned oats. I'm making these for somebody else. For myself, I would probably eat the oat groats since they're the healthiest. And I meant to get them out to show you, but I forgot. They're in my other videos. Okay, while that thickens up, I'm going to just let that simmer. I will talk about other things I can add. So, when you buy cocoa powder, the best thing to do is buy a raw cacao powder. And Terrasol has a raw cacao powder. I always put mine in a canister here, and so I don't have the package for you. But I can decorate it with the cocoa nibs. These are fermented cocoa nibs. That's very, very high in antioxidants. I have here some frozen cherries. I have frozen blueberries. And I could always chop a pear or a green apple. These are also delicious in chocolate, right? So if you're serving these to kids, decorate with fruit. Kids love fruit. I can also top with pecans or walnuts to give it a really good healthy fat. Walnuts very high in omega-3s. I can put coconut on top. Now this is an organic coconut chip, 100% coconut. So when I look at the ingredients, organic coconut. Done. No sulfites, no sugar, no sweetener. This is delicious. And it also helps you absorb those omega-3s. I could add vanilla or peppermint. And I think what I'll do is add a tablespoon of flax seeds. I'm going to wait until it thickens up a little bit. A tablespoon of flax seeds. This is just for an extra omega-3 boost. Now these are ground. I don't know if you can see that. So I buy flax seeds whole because they last longer whole. Once you grind them, they need to be kept in the freezer because they do go rancid very quickly, and you want that good quality omega-3 fats. And so I'm going to keep that in the freezer, and then I add a tablespoon to my breakfast or whatever else I want to make. I could make a salad dressing with flaxseed. I could decorate anything. Sometimes I make a flax egg to make an egg replacement in any of my recipes that call for an egg. So I'm going to let this thicken up some more. Alright, that looks nice and thick enough. So let me pour it into the bowl. Now, if I wanted to flavor it with vanilla or peppermint, I would stir it in right before I pour it into the bowl. I don't like to heat up the vanilla. Sometimes it can get a little bit bitter. And if you use any essential oils, make sure that they are for consumption. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're only for topical use. And so make sure you watch that. And don't add them when they're heated because it'll evaporate into the air. Okay, for this one, I am going to stir in a tablespoon of flaxseed. I know I want some walnuts. So just a small handful of walnuts. Some cocoa nibs, just for extra cocoa boost. Like I said, they're very high in antioxidants. They're kind of hard to see on top of that chocolate. And the frozen cherries. I love cherries with chocolate. And some blueberries. Put them over here. I could sprinkle on some cinnamon. Cinnamon is wonderful for blood sugar control. I could chop some pears or a green apple. And I'm going to add 2, this is new for me, I'm going to add 2 bitter apricot seeds. And so I want you to see what these look like. So pour them in the lid. Let's see. they look like small almonds because apricots are in the same family as almonds. Now these are bitter almond seeds and bitter apricot seeds. Bitter apricot seeds have lots of anti-cancer properties. You only eat 2 a day. Now they are bitter, hence the name bitter apricot seeds. So if you order them, I got these on Amazon, organic, make sure they're organic. You only eat 2 a day. Most people will grind them into smoothies and things like that to hide the bitter flavor. To me, the first taste tastes a lot like an almond. No. I better taste one to remember what it tastes like. Tastes just like an almond. But then you get this aftertaste. And it is so bitter. If you eat one that is not, if it's sweet, then you don't have the one that has the extra anti-cancer benefits. But you only eat 2 a day. Put them in your smoothies or put them on smoothie bowls or oatmeal bowls and things like that, where there's anti-cancer benefits. Anyway, do your own research. Never take the word from one person. Always do your own research. Medline, PubMed, you can usually find good resources there, but always check who funded the research as well. If I'm looking for a study where I want to study maybe inflammation in dairy, if I'm reading the study and that study was created by the Dairy Council, that may not be a reliable source. They would benefit from it saying that inflammation does not occur with dairy or it's anti-inflammatory. Okay, so make sure that you're looking for reliable sources when you are doing your research. Always check who funded the study. Anyway, get off my soapbox. This is a delicious chocolate oatmeal bowl with cherries, blueberries, flax, and walnuts, and 2 apricot seeds. And like I said, you could always decorate it with whatever you want. I'm going to post a picture of the one that my daughter just did. Hers even has some vegan chocolate chips on top. So just whatever you want. It's delicious. Maybe not nutritious when you have the vegan chocolate chips, but everything else is. Make this. Let me know. Like and share my videos. If you need help switching to a gluten-free diet, plant-based diet, help with just improving the way you're eating because you're battling an autoimmune illness, that's my specialty. I would love to work with you. I do group programs. I do one-on-one programs. You can contact me just by commenting. You can DM me, or you can even go to holisticfarms.com and you find out more about me and the link to schedule a 15-minute consultation. Anyway, I hope to hear from you. Enjoy.